1, 0. All engine running.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
I am here to discuss the so-called flying saucer. The Air Force interest in this problem has been due to our feeling of an obligation to identify and analyze to the best of our ability anything in the air that may have the possibility of threat.
Just before 9 o'clock this morning in New York, a passenger jet which had taken off from Boston slammed into the World Trade Center. Thick black smoke blotted out the Manhattan skyline.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Esoteric Roundtable podcast. I'm your host, Justin. I'm joined here by our co-host, also host, Ben and Jim. Ben.
What up?
Jim, I don't know what I expect you to do. Do I want you to do a backflip or something? I'm not sure what I'm hoping for. So I guess that's my bad for putting you in like an awkward position there. But also, Jim, hello.
Hello.
Today, we are going to be having a good conversation about some topics that Jim has prepared for us. So without further ado, I'm not going to do too much rambling this time around. I'm just going to toss it right over to him.
Well, I'm going to have to start by correcting you. You said prepared. I am not prepared. No,
that's good. Fantastic.
That's a strong word there, prepared. No, I do have some topics. With it being the first of the year, I thought maybe we would, since we started late last year with this podcast, right? So we missed the big portion of 2023. All the topics we could have talked about, I kind of want to condense them down into this episode and talk about some crazy things that happened last year that
nice. Just like
we haven't had a chance to talk about.
Craziest of.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. Heck yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'll jump right in then. I've got, like you said, prepared a list of items here. I thought we'd start with one of my favorites, what I think is just hilarious. I'm trying to stop from laughing as I look at the image, is the Mexican aliens.
Oh, yeah. The ones that came in the news recently, right? The almost obviously paper mache.
The realistic cakes.
Yeah.
Seen that where they sliced into one? The meme.
Yeah. Did you see the X-rays that they released with them too? That
no.
It's like they look like dog bones or something in there. God, it's so crudely put in there. It's ridiculous.
It's because they're aliens.
Yeah,
that's right. We don't know what the aliens.
They're not normal.
I've heard
paranormal, that's for sure.
That the person presenting this also had presented something in the past that was widely regarded as a hoax as well. So, but it is pretty good timing because I mean the United States government was also lying about. I mean they were also talking about aliens at the time. So why not also lie? I mean why not also talk about aliens? You know?
Yeah,
that's right. They had the body study there in Mexico. But it was an unofficial study, so I guess it was somewhat of I don't want to call it an autopsy, but it was kind of oh boy, I have an ad playing again here. We're trying
to. Well, while you're fixing that, man, I do want to say, like many others, I thought it was so much more cool to believe in aliens before the government told us they existed.
Yeah, absolutely. And now it's just like, why are you telling me this, and why are you lying to me?
Yeah, I believed anyway.
Use it to lock me inside again.
And then the Blink-182 lead singer, coming out. That was just like, why is he your front man?
Just, happens to get to sit in top secret CIA or whatever Pentagon briefings on aliens.
A pop punk rock singer.
Yeah, no, I believe that. Anyways, Jim, sorry about us.
No, you're fine. I appreciate you stalling there. I keep having these ads play over. Don't quite know how to stop that. But the another one I have on the list was another one gotta hold back my laughter a little bit. Is why would they do it? I don't understand. They made a mammoth meatball. I'm sure you guys heard about that.
Oh my god, man!
With DNA like
Yeah,
Jurassic Park
Yep.
style, like
exactly.
what? There's no
Why would they make a
way,
meat?
dude. Imagine the shits you get from a mammoth meatball spaghetti bowl, dude. I just can't imagine the like waking up like in the middle of the night in cold sweat, just waking your wife up, just, babe, I gotta make a fucking mammoth meatball. I have to now. Like, they find this mammoth frozen in ice. It's a wonder of science. It's a beautiful creation of this creator frozen in time and space. And they find it and they're like, how do I fucking eat this with some spaghetti, boy? No, I don't think they ate it with spaghetti, but they definitely ate it.
So Jim, Justin, do you guys want to come to dinner tonight? The wife is throwing together some delicious mammoth meat spaghetti.
Please.
Mammoth meat.
Can you please get some saber-tooth meatloaf? I would love to, fuck everything. Just maybe some dodo. Yeah. I guess it's a bird. You really don't need a, you can just
covered it in
ragu.
Right
on the table.
Yeah, we covered it in ragu. It's all gonna taste the same.
Man, fantastic.
A mammoth meatball.
What the fuck? Doesn't that just feel like we were talking about the people who like hunt Bigfoots and cryptids and they're doing it for a sole purpose of killing it? Like, now we're just bringing shit back from the past so we can eat it. Like, it's like,
yeah,
we're fucking doing all this research and spending all this time and money and manpower into finding old animals to bring back and eat.
That's like those people, man, that like they clone chickens in a lab to produce meat. I'm like, are we having a shortage of chickens?
And they're 3D printing steaks. I mean, they are 3D printing steaks and they're sending it out and people are eating it. I don't know if we talked about that on here or not, but they are 3D printing steaks and like actually restaurants are selling them.
Sounds delightful.
Yeah, man. Reminds me of Soylent Green, an old movie. I haven't seen it. It's like an old book. You picked it up but haven't read yet. It's a whole movie, and the concept is like the government is feeding people these meat cubes called Soylent Green, and there's like a famous, overly dramatic sign: Soylent Green is people. It's people. Like, it's good. Now we're just gonna bring back cavemen and eat them. Or Neanderthals.
This is the kind of thing that old book, The Jungle, was warning us against. You remember The Jungle, where they that book we learned about in like 8th grade history, where they exposed the meat packing industry or the food industry.
Oh yeah,
and
the food ink and shit like that.
And the Industrial Revolution.
Right. Oh yes. Yes,
Jungle.
actually, yes. Specifically, way back then, I do remember that. I'm glad
Industrial
you brought that
Revolution, The Jungle.
Yeah, they were doing
what they were warning us against.
Foul shit, absolutely.
Botulism, everything.
Absolutely.
So. Would you guys eat it? Would you try it? At least try it.
No.
No.
Honestly,
I don't think.
If you would have asked me a couple years ago, fuck yeah, I would have been all over that. But I don't know. I just don't trust him anymore, dude. I mean, after the Impossible shit they found in Burger King and it's got all those weird chemicals in it they found and stuff like that, like, I just don't. Can I just have a normal fucking burger, man? I don't want. I would prefer it to be like, I see the cow, I know the raises, not a farmer, I guess, or the rancher or whatever, where I get it. I would love it to be that simple, but unfortunately I don't have that connection, so I get it from the grocery store, and I already don't like that.
There was a controversy with the Impossible Whopper from Burger King.
Yeah, and I don't want to say anything too specific because I don't remember the exact details, and I don't want to just sound like a lying conspiracy asshole. But maybe that's something that we'll bring up. I'll write it down now. But there's something about like micro levels of estrogen or something like that, and it is like a lot more. I know microaggressions with Charlie Robinson. I know he did an episode talking about it, and anybody wants to look into that. So,
and this episode, by the way, is presented by Burger King.
Have it your way.
Not a sponsor.
That's right.
Is that Burger King? Is Have It Your Way Burger King? Or?
Yeah,
Subway.
because that stupid
Subway's
commercial
Eat
that
Fresh, right? Yeah, they're Eat Fresh.
Burger King, because that annoying commercial that sings unnecessarily loud during every commercial break of any football game. That at BK.
Oh,
I hate that
God.
stupid commercial. Please don't copyright strike us.
That, please. No kidding.
This is parody. Fair
Yeah,
use.
That's right.
This is satirical. Satirical?
Yeah, satirical.
In comparison to mammoth meatballs and Mexican aliens, this is going to sound fairly normal, but one of the big things that happened in 2023 was the Sphere opening in Las Vegas. I believe it's Las Vegas. The big eyeball or basketball or whatever. You guys seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely weird, dude. That thing is crazy looking, right?
It is a stadium. It
Yes.
seats people inside of it. And
Right.
I know they charge
16,000 people.
an astronomical amount of money to advertise on that. It's a glorified billboard. There was a meme that I said, I would drop the 500 grand of advertising to put the Dallas Cowboys halftime show with Creed performing higher.
Yeah, dude, that would go super
like
hard.
Creed. That'd be the best thing you could use the Sphere for.
It kind of, and I know I'm probably going off on the woo-woo thing, but like you think about like the black cube that they walk around over in the Middle East, and now we have our like big circle, instead. But I'm probably just going off the woo-woo. But I mean, they do erect these weirdly these buildings that seem like nothing to us, but maybe mean something to them, like the huge pyramids also in Las Vegas and stuff like that. And
I think the Sphere's kind of cool though, man. Like I ain't gonna lie, it's
I mean,
cool.
I'm not saying it's like they use it to like
but I don't
sacrifice
understand
kids
it.
or something, but
yeah.
I don't know. And also, I've heard that if you're not in pretty specific seats, it kind of looks like shit anyway. So,
how long until it gets hacked? Any guesses?
Oh, dude,
Hey, that kid that leaked the GTA 6 trailer, he could probably be on that pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of, that kid that leaked the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer is from, I want to say Australia or England or something. They put him in a mental hospital for life. Yeah. An indefinite mental hospital sentence for leaking the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer. Yes, that made like news. I saw an article about it.
There's something whole weird about that whole story.
He hacked it from a hotel room from an Amazon Fire Stick.
Yeah.
And a cell phone.
That's the story.
That's
like,
their
what
story.
Kind of shit is that? It sounds like they were like, hey kid, do you want to hack for the government? He's like, what the fuck? No, I don't want to hack for the government, dude. I just want to play GTA 6 early. And they're like, oh, so you're fucking crazy, buddy? Drink this water. That's all like acid.
And he does have an autism diagnosis. Like, he's autistic. And they gave him an indefinite mental hospital sentence stay.
Yeah, well,
for leaking a trailer of a video game.
There's got to be something
kind of
else there. There
has to be.
Yeah.
He had to have been leaking credit cards or insurance information or something. There had to be something additional.
Or maybe he like had the employees' information, like stuff like that. So
it's still pretty wild. I couldn't stop thinking about that, so I had to bring it up.
That is super crazy.
Why not jail time? Why mental? That's what I'm wondering. Like, because of the diagnosis, I guess.
I guess
that's the only thing I can gather.
Diagnosis, but at the same time, like, this kid's fucking hacking with fire sticks, supposedly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't think he's
right.
Yeah,
who knows?
It's wild to me.
That is another one I think's pretty humorous story. Moving on. This one, this probably takes the cake for me. How about the Chinese zoo with the it's not a human, it's a real bear waving at people.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's a real bear.
Yeah. Have you seen that, Ben? Do you know what he's talking about?
Yeah. Was it a dude in a costume?
Yeah. Let me go to my browser.
In the suit. Oh man.
Because that is
if I see it, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up. Chinese bear, zoo bear man in costume.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter, I think, or X, whatever you call it these days.
It's okay.
It's
Most
Twitter.
people have no clue.
An ad on
It'll always be
YouTube.
Twitter.
So lucky.
We'll edit that portion out.
Nah, I'm not editing, bro. We do too much. We're just being chilling. You know what I'm saying? This is a round tip. Look at that. Look at the sag on his ass. I wish you guys could see it, dude. It's so
I've seen it, but it
obvious,
gets me.
dude. Like, you just think
He's sagging and bagging.
Yeah, this is a real bear.
I don't think so, dude. I mean,
Jump in there and find out if he's real. Yeah, so go check if he's real.
He looks it by first appearance. His movements seem kind of bear-like. But then he could just be a good actor, dude. He could just be a good actor because he looks like a guy in a fucking bear suit.
What about an animatronic? I mean,
no, I think he's doing.
So?
He's like crawling up on like a little cliff thing, and I can't wait until you guys watch this back, dude, because this. I'm pretty sure that's a guy. I'm pretty sure that's a guy in a bear suit.
It's a real bear.
It's a real bear. Yeah, no, that is pretty good.
The way he's sagging, I'm surprised he's not throwing up gang signs.
Yeah, for real. That one is pretty good.
That one cracks me up. The next one is it's a little concerning. What little I know of this. Did you hear about the NPC trend? I guess it's a TikTok thing.
I've heard a little bit about it.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
It's odd. It's really odd. They apparently you give them money in real time. I'm the old man of the group. I don't know what that's called, but when you donate during the live feed and you tell them what you want them to do and they do it. I mean, just simple tasks too, like repeat this, do this, and they do it. But they're so robotic about it, so flat, unaffected.
Yeah, I
emotionally.
think it's like there's something weird, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it's something like super woo-woo or super over the top, but there is something that really makes me uncomfortable about it. Maybe it's just like the uncanny valley type thing, but I seen a comment on Instagram and it said China won without ever shooting a bullet in regards to a TikTok video, and I could not agree more, because now we just have kids going around just like, thank you for the glizzy, thank you for the glizzy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Imagine sending that motherfucker in 2 years to World War III. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? And even me, I can't say I'm much better. I grew up watching just PewDiePie on YouTube and shit like that. So I just like, you know what I'm saying? Not that I'm much better, but the decline in mental maturity and preparedness for real life is pretty obvious. Going forward,
I think it heavily boils down to those people that just do anything for a view. Like, what can I do to make people think I'm funny, but not really? Let me act like an NPC. And I just don't understand it, man. Like, that has to be, I just don't get it. I never have been able to understand that trend.
You know, TikTok snatched their fucking soul up. So they're just really in it. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm sure there is some Twitter feed somewhere, Reddit feed somewhere of somebody claiming that their fucking souls are trapped in TikTok or some shit.
I don't know, man. Have you ever seen the whole controversy that came about with TikTok's terms of service? It was talked. Joe Rogan talked about it, man. There's apparently some pretty wild stuff in their terms of service. When you download the app and use it, like they can use your videos for whatever and things of that nature.
On the browser, yeah. Let me see what's going on.
Like personal data collection and stuff like that.
It all started with planking. I'll just add that. The planking is what started all this.
Planking and P-posting.
All right, let's see. Let's see. They were extremely what? What do they have to say? I love that when you Google something and the first thing they give you is like, no, this is wrong. This is wrong.
Yeah, I hate it too.
Oh, okay, no, they weren't saying that. They were just saying that he was saying that is evasive. Okay, let's see. So, Oh, they want me to watch clips and shit. I'm not gonna watch that. I'd just be taking somebody's content straight up. I want to take it in my own kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
I'll have to do some research, but I know that there was a big thing on Joe Rogan talked about it with the TikTok terms of service, saying it's pretty wild. That's pretty much all I know is that it's pretty wild. I don't know much about it.
Well, that was a lot for nothing, Ben. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm not reading that terms of service. You think I
am? Moving on, the other thing I got on the list here, and I think her name was Tiffany Gomos that lay on the plane during, I think it was July.
Yeah.
4th of July weekend, and she had the freak out and said that MFer is not real.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
okay,
TikTok not TikTok, Twitter melted down after that. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
There was a claim from somebody else on the plane that made a post stating that they saw the dude and they had a claim that his eyes blinked vertically like a reptile.
Right.
There's no evidence to support that, but whatever the fact is, she didn't seem drunk. She seemed genuinely scared.
Did you see the video of her afterwards, though? Like the interview she gave afterwards, and she just looks off, bro. It does not look like her. It looks like they got her and MK Ultra'd her ass. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe somebody roofied her drink the night before or something, and it just still, never wore off or something.
Who knows, man? But it's really convenient that shit like that was kind of happening in the same time space as the UFO document.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about that, and I really genuinely feel like they're going to try something like that. Some big alien lie is coming. Like, I don't know. Or maybe it's not a fucking lie. Maybe for once some shit is actually going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like the lizard people, straight up They Live style. We're going to throw on the glasses and see the lizard people.
Speaking of this, man, like going back to the government, I have to revisit this a little bit because I was thinking about it earlier and we moved on to the next topic. The government admitting that aliens or UFOs exist. In our intro that I made for us, the little intro song that we have playing at the beginning, there is a clip from there where in the 1950s, there were 12 or 14 UFOs that were circling the top of the White House, and they had it on radar. And that was the clip of it is the guy explaining that those addressing the unidentified flying objects and the flying saucers, and they denied that it was anything alien, just that they were looking into it and didn't think it was anything that was crazy. And now you have people blatantly denying that something like that, 14 objects that would just appear and reappear, disappear and reappear at any given moment, flying around the White House. Just, those didn't exist. Those were just a malfunction in the radar.
Right.
But now all of a sudden, oh yeah, by the way, UFOs have always existed.
Yeah, and they guarded things like that really hard, and you were just you would lose credibility, and not only in a professional way, but even people at home, they would no longer take you serious. It's not like how it is now. It's not like only in professional you can't talk about things like this, but in a situation like us we can. But no, even like this right here, people would be like, these crazy bastards, what are they talking about? You know what I'm saying? And it's sort of the normal now. So things like that is, and I think maybe that was done intentionally. There's definitely some talks to where they introduced the idea of aliens and the people, and even going so far as to saying that they're the ones who are kidnapping people and like drugging them and doing these fake alien invasions. So people go out and tell the stories, and then alien believers start, you know what I'm saying? And then they can use that as a tool later to exactly what we were just talking about earlier, to try to lock us back down or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it could be playing the long game, or maybe I just need to unravel my tinfoil hat a little bit. Maybe it's just too tight.
As of even just last week, I believe they had some sort of a UAP or UFO around the Air Force One in LAX. They still don't know what it is. They say it might have been a balloon, but apparently when the plane took off, it kept up with it. It speeds up to 300 miles an hour, which obviously planes can't do. So
yeah, I don't know.
As of now,
balloons.
This is a Chinese weather balloon.
Yeah, it's a Chinese weather balloon. They're just so common, don't you know?
They're gonna launch a missile at it.
But they didn't shoot this one down. That's the thing. They followed Air Force
no,
One
it's only
so
fucking Air Force One. Don't shoot it down.
Right. They're still covering things up to this
They're probably
day.
like, President Biden, what do you want us to do? He's like,
chocolate chip ice cream.
What month is it?
Chocolate chip ice cream.
No, there's no one here to sniff. Bring me someone. President Biden. But yeah, anyways, I think there's definitely some weird shit going on. As my conclusion to every single topic, there's definitely some weird shit going on with that.
It's wild.
The grand conclusion everyone was waiting for.
Well, it's a perfect conclusion because that's the end of my list as well. So I think it's the perfect conclusion.
Yeah, well, I would say there's some weird shit going on with those topics.
And keep an open mind.
Nah, I think those are super good. I think that there's definitely a lot of weird shit, and I'm maybe I'm being a pessimist. I'm just a little bit worried about the weird shit this year. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I was kind of excited previously, like, oh, what weird funny shit can we get into now? But this time I'm tired of it. You know, like leave me alone, man. I don't want any more. Fucking the aliens are coming. Let them touch down on my front yard, and I'll go talk to them, and then I'll know they're real. You know. And other than that, like, fuck off.
It's like humanity has a shared, everything just got weird at one point.
Yeah, man.
Like at first I thought it was me, but it seems like, I don't know, and I'm just throwing a year out there, but around 2014 or 15, it seems like they just started going really weird.
Well, I mean,
that's not a political thing or anything.
Maybe 2012, isn't it? When CERN started doing their crazy shit, and people think that we started shifting timelines, and that kind of goes into stuff like the Mandela effect, which we will be maybe possibly talking about maybe later in the week. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think things like that are when you things that the collective conscious we all remember or misremember, or things we all just know, you know, like it's kind of a collective conscious, like we just know that there's something out there, whether it be like aliens or some people just know it's angels or just something like, and then there's the people who are just so hurt by the world, you know, and like there's nothing out there, you know, there's nothing, it's just space rocks. But whatever, whoever they believe, you know, I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, pussies. But anyways, I think we can go ahead and wrap up for the night. I think that was a super interesting set of topics, Jim. That was an awesome episode, man.
Yeah.
And
Ben,
do you have anything else to add before we dip on out of here?
Nothing.
Right on. Well, I think we will catch you guys later in the week then, and we appreciate you listening. And always, please remember to keep an open mind. Peace out.